Hey guys, it's John, and it's been quite a while since I've uh, done any real videos, and I apologize, but I was a little burnt out after 100 videos, and I have a new tool now, and I'm hoping it's going to make um some of the reasons why I got tired of doing the videos better. So I'm using an iPad 3. Hopefully we'll get make this easier and a little better workflow for me. So, hey, this is some tall, skinny, bald cypress material, and I wanted to show it to you today, not because it's great or anything, but because I want to show you a problem. I got this from a friend of mine, knowing full well what the problem was, but notice how tall the roots are. I mean, so this was the container it was in, but notice how how am I going to put that into a pot that's maybe that deep? How's that going to work? I'm going to have to cut a lot off. So my point here is that, you know, when you collect these trees or when you are growing trees, think about where they're going ultimately with their roots, because you're not doing yourself any favors by having to take and cut a bunch of root off when you've got trees that aren't developed greatly, but have some branches and structure. And there's one weak one in there that I want to let grow. But so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to end up cutting probably right along in here someplace, and putting this in a pot, and I'm going to put it in my pond so that it can recover my pond. I'm also going to strip the foliage down, or strip most of the foliage down. So, but that's kind of risky, and it'd be better if we had grown this tree in a more shallow container. We had done better root pruning on it along the way. These trees were grouped together maybe 10 years ago, and they've just been sitting in this pot in somebody's backyard. So, but that creates the problem. So why not, when you collect it the first time, or when you make those first cuts for bonsai, go ahead and make it so it'll fit in a shallow container. Keep it in a reasonably shallow container. You know, it can be a little deeper than what the bonsai pot's going to be, but think about ultimately where those roots are going. So be less risky in the end. So I hope this will be fine, but we'll see. So I'll show you some of the process. You can see what I've done is just used a water hose to blast all the water away or all the soil away from these roots. There's still some in there, but I need to go ahead and make this so that it'll fit in a bonsai container. I don't want it to be in a really deep container. It needs to be in a reasonably shallow container. So I'm going to I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to cut this off. So the tools I'll use to do that are my heavy root pruners and a saw. Alright, going to step up the tool a little bit now. So Alright, after a little bit of cutting and pruning, this is how it'll get potted. Next step is put this in the container. Alright, the container's ready. This is a nice big round container by Dale Cochoy. I think it's going to be very important. It's always important to tie your trees into their containers. If the wind blows, it shakes in the pot. You're going to, break off those little tiny new roots. But this tree, being that it's so tall, it's going to be essential that this tree is tied in really well. So I've got six tie-down wires. I'm going to potentially use some chopsticks to help secure the tree in place. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plant this tree in pure turfus. I've been experimenting with that, and it seems to really help the tree develop a super fine root system. Lots of fibrous roots, very close to the roots, no long roots. And I think that's an important characteristic in the bonsai pot. So I'm gonna do this in just straight turfus. All right, thanks. Okay, guys, this is what it looks like from a distance now. Got it in the pot. Pruned all the branches, took all the foliage off, except for one tree. One tree was kind of weak, so I left most of the foliage on it, hoping for a little strength. The base, now that it's wired into place, it's really secure. Using the combination of the wire and the chopsticks, sometimes chopsticks to protect it, sometimes it to hold them in place, has really made this tree secure. I also did some separation using a couple of boards and then some wire also. So from here, I just want this tree to get healthy. I chopped a whole bunch of the roots off, so it's going to go in my bog garden. And for the rest of the year, I'm just going to let it grow and be healthy and get strong. And then next year, I will wire it and really place the final branches. So, all right, that's it for this one. Thanks, guys.